Americans detained in Russia continue to be left in life-altering limbo. And while the release of Trevor Reed was certainly significant, the fact remains that Americans like WNBA star Brittany Griner and former Marine Paul Whelan remain as strategic chess pieces in what many consider to be a power play by Putin. And joining us now is Paul's brother, David Whelan. David, thank you so much for joining us. First off, let me just say that you and your entire family continue to be in our thoughts throughout this whole ordeal. Can you give us a sense of the latest information that you have on your brother?
Thank you. He seems to be well physically. Obviously, his mental health is a little bit shattered. He spoke to our parents last Wednesday, and he's spoken to them since, but that Wednesday was very hard. And he asked, why was I left behind? And we still don't really have a good answer for that.
It's been widely reported by U.S. officials that one big reason for the release of Trevor Reed was his health condition, but we're told that Paul has also been having some medical concerns as well. What's the latest update on his health?
I think in general he's not as bad off as Trevor was. Trevor had possibly tuberculosis as well as maybe some broken bones. Paul's has ebbed and flowed, and for the most part he's been able to either get medical care, perhaps not timely, but he would get the care that he needed.
Hey, have you heard from President Joe Biden at all?
We haven't, although Secretary Blinken did call my sister over the weekend just to reaffirm that the administration is engaged in Paul's case, that they are looking for ways to bring him home, and we will hold them to that.
What would you like to tell the president if you were able to have that one-on-one conversation with him?
Well, first, I would say thank you. I think the last 15 months of Paul's 40-month detention by the Russian government, we've seen the U.S. government much more active, both in public, hearing President Biden last summer in Geneva say that he wouldn't walk away from Paul's case, hearing him this week on Wednesday saying that he was still going to be working to bring Paul home to his loved ones. That's really important for us, as well as for the meetings with Secretary Blinken and National Security Advisor Sullivan, who met with families. There are over 40 of us who have American citizens detained around the world. So that sort of outreach, both in private and in public, is huge for us. So I would say thank you. And then perhaps, since we knew that Konstantin Yaroshenko has been a possible target or a possible concession the U.S. government could have made to the Russian government from almost the very first day that Paul was arrested, encourage President Biden and his staff to move more quickly when they know that they have a concession that they might be willing to give in order to get these people home faster.
And have you heard, because they say that they're going to keep moving forward, have you heard about any steps, or is that information, classified information, that they wouldn't even share with you, his brother?
No, it's way beyond my pay grade. I think that, those sorts of negotiations, they take time, and they're also very sensitive. It's not just a matter of who's involved, but, what sort of precedent it sets. I think our biggest concern is that with Mr. Yaroshenko gone home now, there are many fewer concessions that the U.S. government can make. And so it's not really clear what their next steps are going to be.
And last week we had Bill Richardson, former U.S. ambassador to the UN and former governor of New Mexico, on our show, and he reiterated the importance of not forgetting your brother. Have you been working with the former governor and his foundation in order to try to get your brother back to the U.S.?
The Richardson Center is one of many resources that we've worked with. Frankly, we're open to working with lots of people who might know how to get Paul home, might have suggestions on what we can do. We're a first-time family as far as having a detention in our family, so we're learning as we go, and the Richardson Center has been a support.
Have you heard anything in the past 4.5 years that gives you some optimism that your brother might be released?
No, I wouldn't say optimism. Perhaps hope is a better word. We continue to hope that the U.S. government will care about an American citizen who is held abroad. As I say, Paul is one of dozens and dozens who are arbitrarily detained by sovereign nations around the world. And they're all very tricky, each one. And I think now we see with Trevor Reed's release that even within a single country, which is holding multiple Americans, each of those cases will be handled in a different manner on a different track. And the release will come when it comes, if it comes at all.
It'll come when it comes. All right, David Whelan, we thank you so much again for your time, and would love to have you back on at any time.
Thanks so much, Linsey. I appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.